Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Sunday night. We're doing a little bit of Atari 5200 stuff once again. This time I actually am going to be using the Atari Max because what an interesting day I've had. It was a fun stream we did earlier playing around with the Atari 5200. Had a couple of problems, mainly with Popeye, the retail cart. For some reason, when I would try to go down, it wouldn't go down. You know what I'm saying? I found out, I did a bunch of stuff. I took both of my controllers apart, cleaned them, sprayed the deoxit, did all the stuff, all of the things, all of it. I took my system apart too and tinkered around with it as well. And came to the conclusion that I can't do anything about that little problem that I was having. It's a very interesting problem because pressing up and down and all the buttons and everything works fine. It's just for Popeye, I was having the issue with the pressing down. However, I found out I have another ROM of Popeye. It's called Popeye Encore. It's like a hack. It's improved quite a bit. And I guess they fixed this controller issue with that game. So if I want to play it, I can play a better version on my flash cart, and pressing down is not a problem. The problem that I was having with not being able to hit the 0 button for on Defender when I wanted to do the demo, I fixed that. That was just a matter of cleaning the contacts inside the controller. So it's whatever. It's whatever. We're going to be goofing around, like I said, just playing some random stuff on the flash cart. I've got a game loaded up that I showed this a long time ago. It's a very interesting homebrew. It's called Atari Blast. It's sort of a conglomeration of a bunch of different types of shmups and stuff like that. I've got it running a demo right now. We'll do that as I sort of address the chat room real quick. Let's bring it up. Hopefully it's not too loud. If it is, my sincerest apologies. But I want to welcome everybody to the chat. We got Mike Wolf. The Wolf is with us. What's up, Mike? How you doing? How you doing, Mike? Also, the last line is with us. The Atari 5200. It's two 2600s. That's right. It should read "Hang on" instead of "Hang tight." Super Hang On. That is for your Sega Genesis. Oh, fair enough. I like both Hang On for the Master System and Super Hang On for the Genesis. Both are very good games. Both are very good games. Brian F. is also here. What's up, Brian? We got Brian F. We got the Casey, the Intellivision Gamer. Hello again. Hello, Casey. Brian F. saw something about a pot in the 5200 that can be adjusted that may fix Popeye, but who knows? I tried to mess around with stuff, and I concluded that I'm fine with playing the other Popeye, the Popeye Encore, because it's better anyway, and it fixes the problem without me having to do anything. And I did everything I could to try to fix it. Nothing actually fixed that little issue. But as far as I could tell, it's probably only Popeye. Maybe Kangaroo might have a problem with that too. I think some people have some issues with that game, with this sort of stuff, with this very specific controller stuff. I don't know. But other than that, it seems to be working really well. I mean, it's not like the controller isn't working. It's just for a couple of games there's a issue. You know, it is what it is. Whoa, that is 5200. Yes, it is. This is you got to remember that the Atari 5200 is basically the same hardware as the Atari 800 computer. It's like the same hardware. So, yeah, there's a ton of like tech demos and homebrew games and ports and various things that people have done porting Atari 800 games, XE games over to the 5200. And this is one of those games I think was originally like a Atari computer demo, and it got ported over. So a lot of the stuff that you see in the homebrew community for the 5200 is actually like that. And it's pretty awesome. Some pretty awesome stuff. Audio? Is there a problem with the audio? Is it not working? Can you not hear me? I don't know what you mean by audio. You just put audio with a question mark. I don't know what that means. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what you mean. Is the game... You can't hear the game? Can't hear me? Something wrong with the audio? Are you just remarking that audio is a thing that you're trying to discover? I don't know what you mean. Thunderpin. Good evening, Cy. Let the retro roll. Yes, let the retro roll. Indeed. All right, here we go. So you can let it run as a demo, or there's a bunch of different things you can do here. I don't know what the difference is between design and bling on the colors. I don't know. We'll put on bling. Fire, auto, or manual. We'll leave it on auto. Easy, normal, hard, harder. Ooh, harder. We'll put it on easy. Type, game, code. Yeah, I don't know about code. Game is what we want. It was an issue on my end. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Sometimes the issues are on our ends. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? How was your weekend? My weekend's been good. Been sort of chilling most of the weekend. This was a 3-day weekend, so I didn't do hardly as much as I thought I was going to do. I just kind of goofed around a lot. I've done a few streams. I think this is the 3rd stream I've done this weekend. But I didn't watch. I watched a little bit of football, but I really wasn't interested too much with the teams that were playing. I think I watched what was it, the Vikings and the Bears for a little while, and I was like, okay. The Texans were playing also, and I was like, I don't care about that. So I was like, all right. So tomorrow night the Cowboys play, so I'm trying to decide if I care enough to watch that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. Hell, Tantra Bull joins the chat. Thunder Pin. Yes. Thunder Pin. All right, here we go. We're going to play this now. Atari Robot Power. Okay, so we just have to move because we got it set to auto fire. So yeah, it goes through like these different, like I'm controlling this right now. Like it goes through all these different shmup games, like these different modes. It's pretty cool. I have some other homebrews that I'm gonna play as well. There's one, it's called like Mini Ninja or something like that, and it's kind of like Mario, but you're a ninja. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty awesome what's possible in this system. Going in circles, going in circles. Oh, I need the money. I need the money. The money. Lasers. Oh, yeah. We got the lasers, yes. Look at all the colors. So many colors. So pretty. Thanks everybody for joining me tonight, hanging out a little bit later on a Sunday night, but sometimes I like to do this. It's fun. It's fun. It's good. Yes, it's good. Just hang out, play some games. Come to the coast, have a few laughs. This is Atari Blast. It's a free game. It's available to download for free. It doesn't cost anything. And I think it's pretty good. Pretty awesome. There was Mario in the background. I don't know if you saw that. They put all kinds of random stuff in here. Uh-oh. It's a... What is that? What was that game called again? Oh my god, I can't remember the name of that game. Okay, now this one's supposed to be like R-Type, yeah. Look at all the lasers. So many lasers. All of the lasers. I like shmups. I like them. They make me happy. You like shmups because you're a schmuck. No, I just like shmups. You mean shooters? Shooters! Shooters! Yes. And this is a pretty good one. Like I said, there's quite a bit of homebrew out there for the 5200 because of the Atari computer community. Quite a bit. I also do have an Atari XEGS. And it's obviously awesome. And I have the ability to play all kinds of homebrews and stuff on that as well. But you only have one fire button on the Atari computer. I don't know if you know that. It only has one fire button. And it doesn't have analog control. And I like the analog control, and I like the 2 fire buttons. And the pause button on the control. I like the 5200 is what I'm trying to say. I'm in love with the 5200. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. And who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? It's spectacular. Spectacular. I'm gonna check the chat just a second. Sorry. I'll get back to the chat. Don't go anywhere. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I see you. I know you're there. I'm aware. But I'm enthralled. I'm enthralled with all the colors. 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 Anyway. So much death. Yeah, get some. Oh, another reason that I played the 5200 is my 5200 is S-video modded, which is why the signal looks like it does. It looks very, very sharp. My XEGS does composite video, which is still nice, but not as nice as S-video. So there's another thing. There's another thing. Look at that ghost from Pac-Man. And now, the Xevious monoliths. My God, they're full of stars. Alright, I gotta pause it. Pause! Look at that. That's what happens when you pause it on there. Isn't that cool? Attention to detail. Alright, let me check it at chat. Check it at chat. Thunderpin says, I ended up buying a new 65-inch TV Samsung QLED. It was Black Friday sale, one of our big Canadian retailers here. I can finally enjoy 4K and watch my 4K Blu-rays. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I've got a QLED from not Samsung. Oh man, I can't remember the name of the brand. That V one, the one that starts with a V, whatever that is. Anyway, I have I think it's like 55-inch. I think is what I have. So, but I've had it for a while now, for several years. Very good picture. Very, very good picture. DBZ fan 693. What's up, dude? He says, hey guys, how are we? We're good. I think we're all good collectively as one collective Borg type hive mind. We're doing good. Hell says, still slowly getting back into drawing since I spent days recovering. Well, I'm glad you're getting back into it, man. Dude. Yeah, I got sick not that long ago, and I was sick for several weeks. Like maybe like 4 or 5 weeks I was sick. It was really bad. It's the longest I think I've ever been sick. Lastly, Nintendo gonna sue. Oh no. That is something that they do. They do. Nightwolf. What's up, Nightwolf? Hello. Hello, Nightwolf. Welcome. Simon. That's right. That's the name of that game. I was like, what is the name of that game? I couldn't remember. Simon. That's right. Yeah, we used to have that back in the day. We had that. We had the Speak and Spell. You ever play Bop It? You ever play Bop It? It's a fun little party game, kind of like that. Nightwolf, I'm wondering if I should get an OG 2DS. A 2DS. Huh. Well, I don't know. You talking about the one that folds or the one that's like a wedge? The one that folds is pretty cool. There's some really good models of that one. I don't know about the wedge one. That one's kind of weird. But I have a 3DS. I have the new 3DS XL. I've had it, forever. But I don't really play it. I just don't play it. I got a lot of games on it. I should play it more. It's really good. 3DS is expensive now. I don't know what the prices are like on the 2DS though. I'm not sure about that. Last line, impressive. The sprites without slowing or flicker. It's very impressive. Yes, it's very nice. Very nice. Do the fire buttons do the same thing, or can they be mapped separately? In this, right now I actually have it set to auto fire, so I'm not even using the buttons. But if you don't have it set to auto fire, I think it's just like one thing. I don't think it's like multiple things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Yeah, buddy. Hell Tangible, Atari and Coleco and Super Nintendo and Genesis of the early 80s. Oh, wait, I misread that. Atari and Coleco, the Super Nintendo and Genesis of the early 80s. Yeah, okay. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Cyrus in Indulged? Cyrus in Indulged. I don't know what that means. Brian F. I still kick myself for getting rid of my Atari 800s and games. I may get the 400 mini and add some. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a cool platform. It really is. Hell says, in my case, it was physical pain. Ouch. Dude. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. I'm glad you're getting better anyway. Nightwolf Wedge. I have the new 3DS XL too. Oh, you're thinking about getting the Wedge one. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about that one. I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, it's probably less prone to breaking because it doesn't have a hinge or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Chris Courage. What's up, the man, the myth, the legend? Chris Courage joins the chat. Welcome, sir. How you doing, Chris? How you doing? Cyrus is indulged. I don't know what that means. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know what that means. All right. Back to it. Oh yeah, kill folks. Take that, you ghosts. Take that with you. I missed that one. Oh, there we go. Power up. So much. Look at all this stuff coming at me. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh. So much happening on the screen, and it just keeps changing too. Like, as soon as you start to get used to what's happening on the screen, it just changes. It's like everything's different. Oh, look, 5200 Atari. Look at that. That's funny. 2600. Oh, that's fun. That's cool. So much detail. I like it. I love it. It's nice. It makes me happy. Ouch. I like the music. It's very catchy. I mean, for a free game that really like showcases what's, you know, the hardware's capable of doing, it's pretty damn good, I think. Pretty good. The price is right. Wow, how am I still alive? I don't even know if I can die. I haven't died yet. I might not even be able to die in this game. Okay, hang on just a second. Check it to chat. Let's see. Big Block Plymouth. Catch side twice in a day. Time to buy a lottery ticket. Oh, yeah. Buy one for me, too. Night Wolf, my bad typo. And yeah, the wedge is apparently more comfortable. Well, that's another thing to think about. That's a good point. That is a good point because the 3DS XL that I got, the new one, new 3D XL, whatever, it kind of is uncomfortable. Like after playing for a little while, we have the big hands, you know, we had the big hands, and it does get a little bit cramped. So that's a good point. Night Wolf, my bad typo, and yeah, the wedge is apparently more comfortable. I already just read that just a second ago. Hell says, wouldn't mind playing on the 5200 again if I had one. I enjoy it. I do. Nightwolf, meaning you are deeply into the game or an activity. Yes. Big Block says, I'm impressed with the 5200. On this one, I would buy a 5200, but I don't trust that I would get good controllers. You gotta, I mean, even if you get good ones, you gotta do maintenance to keep them up. Every once in a while, you gotta take them apart and clean them and stuff. It's a weird system. It demands a certain amount of attention, for sure. It's a very strange system. We're going to play this just a little bit longer, then I'm going to show you this other game that's really cool. Like I said, there's some really good homebrew for the 5200. Power up. Oh yeah. I heard they're bringing out some more toe plan games for the Atari 7800. I think that's really cool. Probably have to buy them. Because I got that Tiger Heli, and that one was really good. They did a really good job on that one. Simon says, Blast Code. Zaxxon remix. Oh, man. Look at this. That's cool. That's really cool. I keep hitting this thing on my computer. Alright. In a minute, we're going to check out that other game, but I'm just having a good time with this. Sorry. My bad. The sound chip on the 5200 is really good. So much better than the 7800 or 2600. I don't think I can die, actually. Maybe I can, but it must be really hard for me to die if I can die, because I haven't died yet. I mean, this is just a demo, you know. Really good demo, really long demo, with a lot of stuff in it, but... Yeah! Level complete. Fractalus Mothership. Oh, okay, hang on. Pause it again. Alright, let me see here. Brian F. Do they sell rebuild kits for the 5200 controllers? Yes, they do. I have bought them. I've used them. They sell some really nice rebuild kits that you can replace the circuit. I don't know if you call it a circuit board. It's not really a board. It's like a membrane, the circuit membrane. And you can also replace all the buttons and contacts. Like I replaced mine, and all the buttons are replaced, and they have like gold contacts, so they make a really good connection. But you still have to clean it once in a while. You still have to open it up and clean everything once in a while. The biggest problem with the 5200 controller is the stick itself. And there's really not like a replacement solution in case, like if your stick gets messed up, if the mechanics of that get messed up, you pretty much just got to buy another controller. You got to find a good controller that the stick is not bad. The buttons you can fix, the membrane you can replace, but the cabling, the wiring, and the stick is a little different situation. There are some other options. There's a guy that I really like who has been on this channel in the chat before. I've watched his videos for years and years, and I've recommended his channel for a long time. It's called Wired Up Retro. If you have never heard of Wired Up Retro, go check out that YouTube channel, because he's done years and years and years of research and bought tons and tons of prototype controllers and old school controllers, not just prototypes, but all kinds of stuff. And he's really into the 5200 as well. And if you're curious about that kind of stuff, he can aim you in a direction you might not realize is possible as far as controllers are concerned. Just depends on what you want to do. And if you're okay with using like a digital controller instead of an analog on your 5200, or there's different adapters, and he's got a great channel. Wired Up Retro is the name of that channel. Definitely go check that out if you can. Let's see. I cannot read this. Bigfoot on the Rocks. Bigfoot on the Rocks. Google Atari repair parts. They sell rebuild kits. Yes, absolutely. Thunderpin says, you want to know a game that's really good and surprised the hell out of me? Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. I got it for Switch, and it's one of my... You know what? I actually bought that. I think I bought it on Steam, maybe? And I haven't even played it yet. I really want to play it. I haven't gotten around to playing it. So maybe that's something I'll do on the next stream I do, is play that. Because it looks really cool. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. Nightwolf, not too bad of a game. Hell Tangible, 7800, a big letdown, especially after seeing just how bad the specs for the system are. 7800 does have some really cool games. And it is capable of quite a bit. If, like for example, you know, if you compare some 7800 games to 2600 or even 5200 games, some of them are very impressive. You know, Miss Pac-Man is better on the 7800. There's several games that, you know, are actually really decent. The sound is not good. That's the only problem. Like Donkey Kong is really good on 7800, but the sound is not good. Mario Brothers is really good on 7800. I like that one quite a bit. And there's some, you know, more recent games that have come out that are pretty cool on 7800 as well. Fatal Run is really good on 7800. Xenophobe, Xevious is good. There's actually some good ones. Rampage is not too bad on 7800. I still prefer the Master System one. Master System Rampage is awesome, but the 7800 one's not too bad. Double Dragon's kind of weak. It's not great on the 7800. Double Dragon's not great, but there are some good ones on there. Last line. I wonder if Chris Courage can do anything about that. Oh, about the 5200 controllers or stuff like that? I don't know. I never asked him about any of that. Mike's Gaming Gala. More Cyrus? Oh, all right then. What's up, Mike's Gaming Gala? Magic Mike. I'm playing a game called Atari Blast. It's sort of a free demo that came out. It's on Atari computer and also on the 5200. And it's quite impressive. Quite impressive. I've been playing it for a bit. We're going to check out another game in just a minute, but I've been having such a good time with this one. It's just really, really cool. It's very nice. I like all the flashing lights. They make me feel happy. This game has like all these little mini shmups that sort of like duplicate other games like Zaxxon and R-Type and Xevious and like different, and there's like all this like random stuff like the Ghost from Pac-Man, different stuff. It's just a pretty cool demo. Yeah. Level complete. Alright, what's next? I don't even know what's next. I think I've seen this one. I played it before a long time ago on here. Scramble. Laser. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Sort of like what I was playing earlier. It's a Scramble. Super Cobra is kind of like this a little bit. As is Scramble. Oh, I missed that up there. See if I can get that one. It's too much fun, damn it. I'm trying to stop playing because I want to play another game, but I'm having a good time. Look at that, how it changes over and now it's this other thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. This game's crazy. Okay. I'm about to stop playing this. I am. I promise you. Any minute now. Look at those jets. That's cool. About to change again. Level complete. I just want to see what it is. I just want to see. I have to see what it is. Xevious 7800. Okay. I think we already did this one anyway. We don't have to play this again. You know, I have a cartridge of Xevious for the 5200. It was like a prototype or unfinished game, and they finished it. Like a bunch of people like finished it and put it out as a cartridge. I bought it when I was up hanging out with Max in Pennsylvania. They actually had it at a retro store, just sitting there. And it's pretty good, but I gotta say, if they did the whole game like this, probably be better. I mean, it's not a bad port, but this would be better, I think, if it was like this. Okay. We're gonna check out something else. There's something else I want to show you. Let me go to the homebrew stuff here. There's a few things I want to show you. Damn it, I just remembered another one I want to show you. Damn it. And I think I played it on a previous one. I'm going to do it before I do the ninja one. This is called Galagish. Galagish. Or Galagish. Galagish. One of the two. I don't know. It's like not finished. This is, and there might be a newer version of this. I'm not sure. But this is basically like a unfinished playable demo for a 5200 version of Galaga. We won't play this too long. I just want to show you this. It's really cool. Damn it. Damn it! Ah, I died again. No! Do not want. Game over, man. That's pretty cool. Alright, let me check the chat. Where was I in the chat? Okay, big, let's see. Really decent replacement controller, but it's costly. Cyber Freak 5200 true analog stick. I need to look into that, actually. That's really interesting. Cyber Freak 5200. I'll have to look at that. Hale says, any games I can think of making for NES or Master System would look like ass on 7800. All right, fair enough. 7800 does have a pretty good color palette, though. It's not too bad. Big Foot on the Rocks. Compare Tiger Heli between the 7800 and NES. Yeah, well, obviously, the NES is a much more capable system than the 7800. I don't think there's any question about that. Mike's Gaming Gala 7800 is capable of far more than was ever taken advantage of back in the day, especially with the Pokey chip for audio. Check out any of the games by Muddy Vision or the 7800 version of Popeye. Well, there you go. Yeah, unfortunately, that audio chip's not built into the system. It's just a matter of if they choose to use it or not. EXO from Muddy Vision is freaking amazing. I haven't played that. I don't have a like a flash cart for my 7800. So I've missed out on a lot of the homebrew stuff. I could just do it through emulation, but I just haven't done that. Hell says, I know there are people that can work with it. From my point of view, the system just can't do the things I would like for the NES or Master System. Yep, I understand. Depends on what you want to do. There are some things that it does better than those. Not many, but some. 7800 certainly had its limitations, but not as bad as some make it out to be. I mean, it's not. I would say 7800 is. It's a good system. It's just, you know, the Master System is amazing, except for the audio. Unless you have the FM, the audio for Master System could be better. And the NES benefits from all those extra special chips, you know. So the NES punches above its weight in a lot of games, you know. It really, they have the system doing better stuff than it's really capable of doing, is what I'm trying to say. And the 7800 really, it was like here and gone, you know. I mean, it's had support for many years. I'm not saying it's, you know, there aren't awesome games that came out over the years for it, but it just wasn't popular. It just didn't catch on. So there's very, you know, limited evidence of what the 7800 could really do. Let's see. Hell says, overall, the low resolution and color limitations would hurt it for me. Magic Mike says, but in high resolution mode, 7800 had higher res than either the Master System or NES. And I don't really know too much about all that stuff, Mike. I don't know. Bigfoot on the Rock says, have you checked out Ricky and Vicky? 320 resolution is twice as high compared to the original set of games. Last line, you got to leave 2 of the motherships alive to get a 1 to beam you for the second ship. Unfortunately, this demo of Galaga-ish or Galaga-ish, they don't actually do the capture thing. So you can't really do it on this. That's something you can do on Galaga, obviously, but yeah, it doesn't. They don't do that on here. It's not built. At whatever point this demo was created, they hadn't gotten around to that, I guess. Big Block, I have hardware addiction, so I went in on the Vectrex Mini. There you go. If I remember right, it was just 6 colors. Hell Tangible. It's got more colors than that. Yeah, the 7800 has a pretty good color palette, actually, if I remember. Mike's giving a low res mode. You can have more colors. High res mode. You mean for high res mode? Okay, I got you. High res mode, limited colors. I got you. Last line. Yeah, NES was barely more powerful than ColecoVision without those mapper chips. ColecoVision's pretty good, man. Mike Wolf, Cyrus, tell me your most cherished memory playing the NES in the late 80s. Mine was definitely Super Mario Brothers and Kung Fu with my cousins. That's interesting. I was late to the NES. I didn't get an NES until, I think it must have been 89 by the time I got an NES. So I don't have a lot of memories of the NES in the 80s. Most of mine is in the late 80s, early 90s. But I did have a friend, my best friend when I was a kid had an NES, and he had such good games. And we did play quite a bit of Double Dragon, and I watched him play through a lot of Zelda 2 before I did. And also we played a lot of Simon's Quest and Castlevania. It was before Castlevania 3. I got an NES around the time Castlevania 3 came out, and I had that. I think my favorite memories of the NES are hanging out with my brother, and this is a weird game for me to feel like this, but my brother got an NES, and he had Strider on the NES, which is not a great game, but it has really good music. And it had that really cool wall jump mechanic that was pretty uncommon back in those days. There's only a few games that had that, like Ninja Gaiden had it, Batman had it, but I think Strider was before Batman. But anyway, I remember watching him play Strider quite a bit and really having a good time hanging out with him. And then when I was watching Eugene earlier, who was doing some NES stuff. And he was playing through Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on NES. And that one I got for Christmas that year. And I played the absolute hell out of that. And I played it with my brother, and I played it with my friends, and I played it by myself. And I love that game. I actually like the NES version better than the arcade version because I have such nostalgia. And I think it's just really cool that it's so good on the NES. It's really good on the NES. And of course, I mentioned Batman. That's another game that me and my brother played the crap out of. Batman, what a great game. Awesome graphics and music and just really cool. Gauntlet 2, I was talking about that. That was another one that I loved. We had such a good time with that. There's a bunch of NES games, man, that I have really good memories of. It's a great system. I got to play it more. I don't play it enough these days. I'm going to have to do that sometime. Get back into some NES gaming. Because, man, there's some absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, last line. Atari always did good with color. 2600 had more colors than NES. Are you serious? Really? I didn't know that, if that's true. Wow. Mike Wolf, interesting. There's always that one friend that had all the games. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, my friend, he had cool shit, man. I would go over there. He had a TRS-80. He had one of the nice TRS-80s with the full keyboard. And he had cartridge games on that. Zaxxon. He had Zaxxon with the little bitty joystick, the little joystick. And then he had the NES, man. And we played so many games. Oh man, I can remember him playing the crap out of Bayou Billy. Holy crap. Forgot about that. I'm going to sneeze. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Although Bayou Billy is nothing to sneeze at. It's a hard game. I think the Japanese version is supposed to be better, but I don't think I've ever played the Japanese version. I'm going to have to do that. You got me thinking about these NES games now. Hell Tangible. I borrowed Strider before and played it all the way. I think it's not a great game, but it's got some really cool stuff, and the music is really good in that game. You know, it has some really cool stuff in it. Mike Wolf, Ninja Turtles 2 is dope. Yes, it is. Turtles 2 on NES is incredible. I think so. I think it's one of the best NES games, and it's a very, very good interpretation. It has extra stuff, right? It has like extra levels and stuff that's not in the arcade. And yeah, it's only 2-player, but still, it's 2-player. You know, Double Dragon wasn't 2-player on NES, which was, I mean, that's bullshit. Double Dragon 2 on the NES, though. Oh wow, that's a good game too. NES has some freaking good games, and I gotta say, I think a big part of the reason the NES was so awesome was the music. The NES had fantastic music. It really, really did. It had better sound than it had any right to. I mean, it sounded better than the Master System, than the Atari systems, you know, different consoles, the ColecoVision. I mean, the NES sound was very, very good. It still sounds really good. I really like the NES sound. And TurboGrafx, I've always said, is sort of like an evolved NES in a lot of ways. And a lot of the Turbo Chip games have a similar kind of, you know, more advanced, but a similar kind of thing going with the sound as the NES had. I really think that that's a big part of the reason that I love the TurboGrafx so much, because it really was a Super Nintendo before there was a Super Nintendo, you know? It's sort of very, very similar. And the fact that Hudson has made so many games on it, obviously that's a big part of that too. But anyway, I like to bounce around in topics if you haven't noticed. I don't have a train of thought. All right. Where am I at? Thunderpin. I was born at the tail end of the 80s. First game I ever remember playing was Super Mario Brothers. My cousin had an NES, and I played a bunch of games at his place before I got my first console. Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo's awesome. Yeah. We were late to the NES, you know. We didn't get one for a while. We didn't have any money. We were very poor when I was around that time. So we didn't get an NES until later. Like, my friend had an NES, my cousin had an NES. We didn't get one until it was kind of moving on from the NES. And that's when there were still several good years of NES gaming to have, but I think around the time like the Genesis and TurboGrafx were coming out is when we first got an NES. Maybe like the year before that. It was around the same time though. Last line. Hey, Cy, you going to play any of those NES games I streamed the other night? I can't remember what you were streaming, dude. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I can't remember what you were streaming. Mike Wolf, for me, it was a friend, Kevin, that lived down the street, and he was an only child. His mother was a nurse, and his father had a great job, too. Yeah, my buddy, unfortunately, I don't keep up with my friend from back in the day. He was my best friend we met when I was, I think, in the second grade or maybe the first grade we met. And we were like best friends. And then I moved away for a couple years and we moved back and we were friends all the way through high school. Unfortunately, sometimes people drift apart. He had some problems and we kind of just went our separate ways, but I hope he's doing well. I hope he's okay. I'm not sure. There was a lot of unfortunate, sometimes things happen with people. But he was a really good guy. He's a really good guy. Like I said, I hope he's okay. I know he went through a lot. I'm not going to go too much into that, but he's a really good guy. And it sucks sometimes you can't keep up with some of your old friends. Sometimes things happen. Let's see. Hell says, played all my old consoles on that 25-inch TV my father got back in the early 90s. Hell yeah. I played so many games on a black and white 13-inch Zenith TV that I had. In the living room, we had another 13-inch, but it was in color. It was a color Zenith TV. It was only 13-inch, but that was for the living room. We didn't get a bigger TV until it must have been around the time late 80s, early 90s before we finally got a bigger, nicer TV. Because that color TV we had in the living room, you had to like hit it on the side because sometimes the color would get all messed up, and sometimes you turn it on and it wouldn't want to turn on. You have to turn it on like 3 or 4 times before it would actually turn on. You pull the knob to turn it on. Good times. Good times. And then eventually we got a fancy TV. Of course, it didn't have any inputs except for RF. That was a big disappointment. When I got a Turbo Duo when it came out, and we didn't even have a TV that had those inputs because the Turbo Duo didn't have RF. It only had composite. So we had to go to Radio Shack and buy an RF modulator so I could even play my Turbo Duo. I was so upset because I opened the box. I was all excited and happy. And then I went to plug it up and I'm like, what? We couldn't even play it. It was funny. I mean, it wasn't funny at the time, but yeah, we were a little bit behind on the tech, even though I did have a Turbo Duo. Let's see. Last Line Strider is a good game. Destroyed by bad design. I mean, it's not the best game, but it is cool. Chris Courage. I had a friend who also had Zaxxon for the color computer, but it had to load off a tape cassette. The tapes. I remember the tapes. Yes, the tapes. Good times. Hell says Ninja Turtles 3 is my favorite. Oh, dude, that's a good game. And that's one of those late release NES games that a lot of people never even played. Like Ninja Turtles 3 came out, and a lot of people never even realized it ever came out. They found it like later. Like a lot of people, like most of my friends, never even knew that was a thing. And I was kind of weird because like I've always been into retro, even before retro was a thing. When the Super Nintendo had been around for several years, and I'd had a Jaguar, and I'd had a Atari Jaguar, I'd had a bunch of, systems like that. I ended up buying one of those top loader NESs from Walmart. It was when I was working at Walmart when I was in high school. I was in the electronics department, and I was just buying stupid shit. It was the worst thing I could have ever done. Working in the electronics department was a bad idea. I spent like all the money I made there at Walmart on electronics. But anyway, they had a top loader NES, and I would see it all the time. I would just look at it and wonder about it and think about it. And I think it was on sale, like really cheap one day. And I bought it, and I bought like Zoda's Revenge and a couple other games for it. It was not expensive. And I had so much fun playing that damn top loader. I got Tetris. I ended up giving it to a friend of mine, a girl that I knew. She's just a friend of mine, but she was a girl. But anyway, I had it for a long time, and so I've always been. It was kind of funny because my friends came over and they would see me playing this top loader NES, and they're like, "Why are you playing that?" And I'm like, "It's really fun." And they're like, "Dude, it's ancient. You're playing Nintendo games. What are you, crazy?" This was before retro was a thing. That was my point. I was into retro before retro was a thing that people did, I guess. Anyway. But yeah, I remember playing like Ninja Turtles 3 on my top loader, and because they were still renting NES games at the rental places. And I remember having friends come over and being like, "What the hell Ninja Turtles game is this?" And I was like, "This is Ninja Turtles 3. You never seen it?" They're like, "No," because they had already moved on. They didn't have no Nintendo no more. So yeah, a lot of people missed that game. It's a really good game. Mike's Gaming Gala. I don't even like beat 'em ups, and I love Ninja Turtles 2. It's a good game, man. Mike Wolf, NES games were not a joke, man. In the early 90s, some of the games were $50 each. Yes, I remember. Yeah, dude. Most of the games that I bought back in the day were used, or I traded for people for them, or I went to like game stores, rental places that were selling their old stuff, and I'd pick up games for like next to nothing. Very, very rarely did I ever buy a game that was full price. I was always buying used games, cheap games, doing stuff like that. So I missed out on some of the premium titles when they were like new. I didn't get them until later. Last line says, I did the war games Commando, Iron Tank, Platoon, Guerrilla War, Desert Commander, and of course, Maverick's Baghdad Extraction. How are you playing that back in the day? That's very strange. Oh, those are the games you were playing on your stream the other day. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was watching you play Iron Tank and Commando. Yeah, I was watching that. That's right. I forgot about that. Dude, Commando's actually pretty good on NES. I actually played Commando on the Apple IIe. We had Commando. That was one of the few retail games that we had bought for the Apple computer. Not the best version of Commando, but that's where I played it the most. So I was watching you play that on NES, and I was like, damn, this is a pretty good version of Commando. But I think I have the arcade version of that on one of my collections or something. Iron Tank is pretty damn cool, too. I don't have a lot of experience with Iron Tank or Platoon. Guerrilla War is good. I don't know about Desert Commander, but I have definitely played Maverick's Baghdad Extraction quite a bit. Mike's Gaming Guy, I got a 13-inch. Oh, you mean TV? Well, they don't call you Magic Mike for nothing. Thunderpen, I'm seriously considering getting the brand new Angry Video Game Nerd for NES. There's even different cartridge colors you can pick. Oh, I didn't even know there was a Angry Video Game Nerd video game coming out. I didn't know that. Well, look who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my buddy Max. Max, did someone say TV? Cyrus, I might need your help moving one. I've been on... No, you haven't. Shut up. How dare you, sir? Why you got to bring up old shit? I'm going to load this other game up that I wanted to show you all while we're... I got to go back through the chat some more, but I just want to load this other game up. It's Ninja something. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's pretty cool, though. It's not too bad. Wii Ninja, I think is what it's called. Yeah. We'll see if it does a demo. I don't know if it does or not. But it's very similar to Mario, but you're a ninja. And you get like power-ups and stuff like flying stars, throwing stars and stuff. It's pretty interesting. It might not do a demo. Might have to just play it. But let me check the chat just a little bit more. It's good to see you here, Max. Last line, hey, Max. You watched Running Man yet? I reviewed it. Oh, I didn't watch your review because I haven't seen it yet. Is it good? Last line, just tell me if it's good or not. Hell Tantrum Bull. Still have 31-inch TV my sister gave me after the old 25-inch died. Games look even better on that one because of the better inputs. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. Max says, not yet, last line. Not feeling the theater lately, watching more at home. Big Block. Gave a girl the old top loader A-side. Yeah. She really, really liked Tetris on it. And I was moving away. And I had let her borrow it for a while. And she just really loved Tetris. Every time I went over there, she's playing it. She was a good friend of mine. And so I just told her she could have it. I gave it to her. And I swear, just a few months, I moved away. I would come back and visit. You know, somebody kicked in her front door and stole the top loader that I gave her. Stole a bunch of other stuff too. But she was the most pissed about the NES getting stolen. Believe it or not. And it was like, right, I mean, I hadn't even been gone that long, and somebody kicked in her front door and stole it. So even back then, people knew how awesome the top loader was, I guess. Wow, it was crazy. Mike's giving me a size a gaming hipster. Yes, I am. Yes. Think I got Ninja Turtles 3 from KB Toys. Definitely got Super C from KB Toys for $10 when I left arcade that night. Nice. Also loved playing Iron Tank back then. It's on the SNK collection. Oh, yeah. I think I have that on PlayStation. I don't even have my... one of these days I'll get another PlayStation. I just have a PS3 right now. I don't have the PS4, PS5 or nothing like that. Casey's here. What's up? Shooter! What's up, Casey? Last line. It's good in my opinion, my review is spoiler free. Okay, I'll watch your review then. Thank you for telling me that. I'll watch your review. Super Mike, I was driving and lurking. Driving and lurking, lurking and driving. All of the lurking, some of the driving. Casey says, had to go get the latest NTNS for tomorrow's show. Oh my. I have to send mine back to be updated. Oh, you guys are playing with your fancy stuff that regular folks don't have. Nick Gamer, what's up, dude? All right, we're gonna play a little bit of this this Wii Ninja. You guys tell me what you think about this. And you do use both buttons for this game. I mean, obviously there's some Mario stuff going on here. Oops. God dang it. Damn it. Damn it. I waited just a hair too long on that. There we go. It gives you the timer though. You see that up in the corner? It tells you how long you have it. I think I get a ninja outfit over here where I can use flying stars. So I have 5 shots. It's not like Flame Mario where you just can shoot like infinite fireballs. You only get 5 shots. Oh crap, I just lost it. God dang it. I was trying to save him. That's what I get. Oh, come on. Damn it! Alright. Alright, where is it? There it is. I knew it was over here. Alright. Now I'm all out of shots. No more ninja stars. Whoa, that was close. Oh, damn it. Well, at least I had the outfit save me from dying. Music sounds like it's from a Game Boy era. Yeah, it does kind of sound like Game Boy music. It actually does. It kind of sounds like Master System music. Oh, we got the blue ninja. 5 pokes. The little sword. You can only use the sword 5 times, though. That's funny to me. I don't know why it's funny to me. Ah, I messed that up. Oh well. Oh no. Oh no. Nintendo would still sue if they could, yeah. Injunction already filed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not going to continue. That's pretty fun though. It's not too bad. Not too bad. There's some pretty decent homebrew stuff on the 5200. I want to show you that Popeye because I was having that problem with Popeye, but this Popeye Encore. There's several of these Encore games that are like improved versions of, like hacked versions of regular 5200 games. But Popeye is actually a pretty good improvement. And the controller situation is fixed with it, so you don't have that problem like that I was having. Here we go. Popeye Encore. I don't know if you remember from the previous stream I did, but the graphics are actually better on this than the one that I was playing. And oh no, he got me. God dang it. Stupid computer. I keep hitting the key on the keyboard. Now I'm distracted. I was going to show you this. Look. I can go down now. Look. It actually works. I suck at this game though. I am terrible at Popeye. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are pretty good at this game. I am terrible at Popeye. Like I was playing this earlier and I got to the second level and I was just like totally destroyed. Like I could do nothing basically. It's a lot easier though when you can actually go down the steps. I'll tell you that. It's pretty difficult if you can't actually go down. Oops, okay. That was close. Oh, he almost got me. Oh boy, he is definitely trying to get me. I like his purple outfit though. It's very nice. It's very stylish. Oh no, I ran out of time. Damn it. These things happen. I'm like right there. I've only got a few more hearts to get. I don't know if I can do it though. Oh boy, that was close. It's a lot more forgiving on this with the punching. On this Encore version. We did it! Ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Now this one's the one I'm just like total garbage on this. Oh God. Oh no, it kicked me. Oh, that was the end. I lost a lot. I was like, wait, it kicked me back? Went to the previous level? That's bad. You do so bad you get knocked back to the previous level. That's not what happened, but I thought it might have been. Can you punch the bag? Yes, you can punch the bag. Yes. You didn't get the hearts from the water, is what you're saying? Used to be very good at Popeye for the arcade back then. Yeah, this is a lot better version than the retail version for the 5200. This Encore version is pretty damn good. Last night, since Miyamoto was a big Popeye fan, I wonder if he would want to revisit that IP one last time before he retires. I don't know. Popeye's not really a popular franchise. I mean, it's not even well known anymore. You know, I don't even think many kids even know what Popeye is. So I don't know. Wimpy was to blame. Yes. How dare you, Wimpy? How dare you, sir? How dare you? Oh my God, I gotta go. Guys, I've been streaming for over an hour. I gotta go because I gotta go to bed. Because I do have to work tomorrow. And it's gonna be a crazy week. Last full week before the Thanksgiving stuff starts. And everybody's gonna try to get everything done. So, it's gonna be crazy. That's what, yes, that's why you died, since you didn't go down and get the hearts. There you go. All right, well, guys, thanks for joining me. I have had a great time. Hopefully you have too. Hope you have a good rest of your evening and a great week coming up. Definitely go check out Casey's stream tomorrow. He's going to be doing awesome stuff as he always does. I expect to see you all in the chat. Some of you. I will gladly repay you on a Tuesday for hamburger today. There you go. Big Black Plymouth, thanks for the stream, Cy. Have a great week. Yes, enjoy yourselves, everybody. Enjoy some Atari if you get a chance. It's awesome. 5200 especially. I love it. I love it. Hell Tangible, Tricone, Big Block Plymouth, Brian F., Magic Mike, Mike's Gaming Gala, Thunderpin, The Last Line. Chris Courage was here. We had Nick Gamer 2693. We had Casey, the Intellivision Gamer, who I was just talking about a second ago. Did I say Hell Tangible? If I didn't, Hell Tangible, Big Block Plymouth, Max, Movie Madness Entertainment. My good friend Max actually stopped by. Every time I see you, it's very special to me. Very, very special. Even if you don't like the Hyperstone Heist on the Genesis, which is an insane take, by the way. Hyperstone Heist on the Genesis is one of the best Ninja Turtles games. Some people say it is the best, but you don't like it for some reason. But I'm still your friend. We don't have to agree on everything. It's okay. We can still be friends. Mike Wolf, thank you for being here as well. Did I say Thunderpin? I think I did. Bigfoot on the Rocks. Nice to see you here tonight. Definitely appreciate you hanging out with us. Who else? We had Wolfsk. I don't know how you say that. Night Wolf was here. Who else? DBZ fan 693. And that's about as far back as it's going to let me go. So if I missed you, it was not on purpose. Don't hold it against me. Don't hold it against me. Guys, I will check you again very soon. We'll stream again. We'll have fun. Maybe we'll do some NES stuff. That seems to be the popular thing right now. My buddy Eugene's doing it. Last Line's doing it. Everyone's doing it. All the cool kids are doing the NES. I should do NES too, right? Maybe more Popeye Silverwings. Thanks for coming in, Silverwings. Yeah, this is called Popeye Encore for the 5200. It fixes my controller issue and it has better graphics. So it's pretty cool. If you want to go back and look at it, you can. It's not bad. It's one of those hacks. Very nice stuff. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to hang out, guys. I will check you again later. Y'all be good.